I am a member of Eating Disorders Anonymous, and I've been in Eating Disorders Anonymous for about going on 4 years. I am in active recovery, and I'm currently sponsoring some people in Eating Disorders Anonymous, and would love to share how the 12 Steps of EDA have been a part of my recovery and continue to be a part of my recovery, and share with all of you listeners what each step is about and ways to work the steps. You can work the steps over and over and over and over again. It's a rinse, lather, repeat kind of an option. And these recordings are meant to highlight how our experiences have been with the steps and to share those with you to see how your experiences might match that.
Yeah, like you said, it might not be completely comprehensive. Our experiences may be very different, but that's a nice thing. We can give you the intro to each of the steps, and it serves as a guideline. It serves as an outline, and you can take something different away from it, as we'll get into a lot every time you go through them. So if you want to give a little bit, we'll read right here from the very beginning. So this is what the book is all about.
Eating Disorders Anonymous has some amazing resources online at eatingdisordersanonymous.org. You can also purchase from Amazon the Eating Disorders Anonymous Big Book, which was just released this past year in 2016. The Eating Disorders Anonymous Big Book is the story of how we being the founders of EDA, which was founded in 2000, just so recently, have recovered from their eating disorders. The General Service Board of Eating Disorders Anonymous is a 501c3 nonprofit, and each individual Eating Disorders Anonymous group has their own fellowship. So as the fellowship as a whole, the only organized group is the General Service Board. Each individual meeting group is able to do whatever they want and operate as they see fit according to the 12 traditions of EDA, which are based off of the 12 traditions of AA. The EDA program of recovery is adapted from Alcoholics Anonymous, and the Alcoholics Anonymous Big Book was used to adapt this book, and it was the first 164 pages of the AA Big Book that were used to create the EDA Big Book. 12 steps, 12 traditions. It is a 12-step program. So right from the beginning of the book, after all of the table of contents is, it explains a little bit about Eating Disorders Anonymous as a whole, and so I'll share that with you here just to bring you into the loop of EDA. We, the members of Eating Disorders Anonymous, named EDA, acknowledge our huge debt to the founders and fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous, AA. EDA has deep roots in the 12-step program of AA and the 12 traditions of the AA fellowship. Although recovery from an eating disorder is not identical to recovery from alcoholism, we wish to convey that we have only adapted the AA program as necessary, ensuring that those with eating disorders can readily grasp and apply the AA founders' concepts. In truth, some of these adaptations have been significant. The founders of EDA recognized an abstinent-first approach to recovery from eating disorders to be ineffective. So that's a little bit of a difference in the similarities. Thus, Eating Disorders Anonymous focus on balance and perspective rather than abstinence, distinguishes it from other 12-step fellowships. EDA fully embraces the 12-step concept that recovery is a process, not an event. When recovery entails dealing with food, something we need almost as much as air and water, any rigid approach to food-related behaviors, including thinking of food as an addiction, simply did not work for us. We think our approach is effective because it focuses our attention on changes that lead to long-term success. While this volume, being the EDA Big Book, is not intended to be a supplement to Alcoholics Anonymous, we highly recommend that the reader become familiar with the original text. Much guidance and inspiration can be found there. Note that the chapters in both books are arranged similarly to accommodate easy cross-reference. So I think it's really cool that this book can be used in addition to the AA Big Book. The blessing and the benefit of this book is that it is a difference. Like it is a different, yes, addictions, but it is something that it's a different content.
Yeah, it's been very personalized too throughout, which I think makes it very approachable. It makes it very relatable. And like they said, just coming from the approach of balance and, you know, just a healthier mindset almost. I think is the thing that has drawn me into it. And it's so different in its approach than a lot of the things that we've tried before that do feel very rigid, that do feel very black and white, and here's the solution. And this is offering some respite from that, and that's what I think makes it so helpful for so many people.
It's refreshing.
Yes.
And I think that, the all or nothing thinking, the black and white thinking is what fuels the disease. And so to further push into that doesn't necessarily work so well. I think that the other thing to highlight is you can live without external substances such as narcotics and alcohol. It's, as we presence, difficult to live without food, air, and water. They're sort of human needs. And so to abstain from those things would not be functional from a vitality standpoint. And I think that there are doctors and professionals that support the use of the EDA Big Book and how it correlates and works with the AA Big Book. But this definitely is a specific book for treatment, not to treat, but for those in treatment, seeking treatment from an eating disorder.
Yeah.
And I'll say for me, I was drawn to it because of the structure. I happen to love structure from that black and white thinking. And so for me, finding a program where there were steps and there were things, not just, I looked at it, I'll be honest, I looked at it as a goal marker in the beginning, something to check off. But the fact that there's a plan and a path, and there's a 1 to a 2 to a 3 to a 4. It really is helpful, and I love the grace that it offers, and I love the support that it offers, and it really keeps you moving. And this will be my 4th, 5th, 6th, I don't know, a bunch of times working the steps, and it's almost something to do every 12 days. Whether you do it every 12 days or whether you do it slower, there's no rush. And though you don't want to spend any too much time on one step to keep going. And it's not like, again, I'll be honest, when I first did this, I thought I was going to do it and then be done with it and put it away on the shelf. But it's not like that. It's like not a dirty novel, but it's like a book that you want, it's like a movie that you want to get out and watch over and over and over again. Because each time you do it, it's completely different.
Yeah. As you become more familiar with it too, I'm sure, and what you might be remembering step 1 as might not have actually been that way. Like now you have more perspective, you have more experiences, and you have the other steps to kind of bring back around to it. But like you said, I love that it provides some structure, but there's a lot of flexibility, and a lot of almost thinking prompts. Like I think it does really prompt a lot of introspection and reflection, that is not rigid within the 12 steps.
No, it's a very doable piece, and the goal of this this recording series is to share with you each of the steps and give you a little bit of outside homework if you want to do it. We're not grading it. You don't have to turn it in. But it's homework for us too, just every time thinking about it, it's a chance to press a reset button. And ultimately, there's a goal of, in every decision that we make, running through those 12 steps, like having them that in our bones to be able to really work through something. And then knowing, okay, like I'm working with a resentment, I should go to step 4. I'm working with a searching fearless moral inventory, I should go to that step. I'm working with admission, I should go to step 1. Like wherever you are, no matter what your life, knowing where those steps are and how to navigate them, they can be used separately and they can be used in progression. Ideally, building up from step 1 through step 12 is sort of the cycle to go. Steps 1 to 4 are sort of the foundation, well, they are the foundational steps. Steps 5 to 10 are the inaction steps, where a person is actually really actively pursuing some action to what they've agreed upon doing in steps 1 to 4. And then 10 through 12 tend to be the recovery living stages in that area. But it's not that you can't do step 12 or step 11 or step 10 going backwards if you're not fully recovered. That's just part of your journey. And each time you take that, you'll be in a different place.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm excited to share them with you.
Yes, me too.
Okay, stay tuned for more.